What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a new episode of the Cousin Cecil Show. I'm your host, Mike Fowler, aka Cousin Cecil. How are you doing? Hey, it's better late than never. But yeah, how was your week? Did you go enjoy trick-or-treating? Did you make it past the first 24 hours of No Nut November, Kings? Stay strong. But yeah. My week has not been that bad. I was fortunate enough to have Sunday off, so I got to actually go trick-or-treating with my kids. Yeah, it was a really awesome time. And all that fun jazz. And then been kind of busy. I'm also trying to set up a new show for the feed, because obviously I ain't paying another RSS feed or however you call it for another show. More teasing. I don't want to Ken. You know how we do it here. But yeah, it's been all good. And then I was no new comics to review. And honestly, it's more just my fault because of I just haven't had time to look at PDFs and or I guess my emails and stuff to really get into the Scout comics again. But I did get to play a newer game this week. I picked up the Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm on the side of it's pretty good. It's definitely in that ballpark. I've been noticing reviews have been around like the high 7s, 8 for it. I'd give it a high 7. My couple 2 cents is it's really fun. The combat I thought was going to be a little kind of tricky with this idea of like you juggling 4 characters, but they do make it very easy to get yourself into. The only thing the writers say it's definitely a good high 7 is I was even worried of like there are moments where there is always a character talking, chit-chatting, and that is fine. It doesn't get old yet, so I'll give you that. It has not got old yet. I'm in chapter 5 out of, I think there's like 16. But the thing I said is there are like, they try to give you like these Mass Effect feels of like, hey, you like this option? You want to go like, what do you want to say right here? The problem what I have is it's either too gray or it's just too simple not to go the most heroic way thinking. You know what I'm saying? In the first couple chapters of the Guardians thing, I'm going to do maybe 2 small spoils, but it's nothing involving the main story. And majority of what I'm going to say is probably been in these trailers or gameplay previews they've done, because they did a shit ton of this for this show or this game. And the first thing okay, we'll go to the second thing that happens first. So you meet that lady Hellbender, the monster collector and all that stuff, and like the story guides it to like, oh hey, she likes Drax, and she likes wants to woo Drax, and it gives you they gave you a Mass Effect option. Do you want to cut in and start the bargaining or let Drax run it? And like my first thought, I went with Drax because like it's working. Why would I switch it up? And like it just seems like some of like the options, or even like okay, the other one is okay, you get caught by the Nova Corp. which is I think is definitely known because it happens in chapter 2, and like again, I'm pretty confident there's previews of it. There is no reason for you to try to be a big tough guy to the Nova Corps in this game, instead of just trying to be like the supportive and like trying to stay on their good side. So maybe they'll let you get off your crimes, but they still give you those options of like, do you want to sound like you're being, I'm a tough guy, I don't need this. No, it's most logical, and obviously the best way for the story to go is obviously you stay kind of good, quote unquote. None of it's actually like, are you trying to be good or evil? But the idea of there's nothing that tells me to try to veer my views to my real personality of like, all right, I'll be a smartass, of course, and will still be there for the greater good and all that stuff. But like, why give me these options? Or even like, okay, no, I won't even. There's moments even like the first time I got a kind of a yell from a character. Granted, it's a character that usually yells. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to bother him again until the end of the level. But also, it was irrelevant. They just make you think like that, and then it was still irrelevant by the end of the chapter. I'm going to continue the game because obviously I like it a lot. I just have the holiday definitely ring me up, and I'm thinking I'm going to be a little busy this Wednesday for my day off. But no, it's been very enjoyable, and I really like Eidos Montreal has done with the game. I thought this game was made by Crystal Dynamic, the guys who are running the Avengers game for Square Enix. No, it's Eidos. So, and it does feel real good. At this moment in time, the leveling system, not leveling, a little bit of the leveling system feels a little bit more grindy because it doesn't feel like there's that much fighting. So if you want to get some of the better moves to get, you're trying to level up, there's no spawn room to go like fight people. It just kind of happens in these wave of events, current of, things. And it seems like you get more XP working with your team, but also at the same time, I'm thinking I'm making that up, or the idea I'm trying to think of, is that what they're wanting me to do? Because it doesn't technically tell me up front. And but no, I highly recommend it. I think it's a good buy and all that fun jazz. Kudos to the team. But yeah, I just at this moment in time, it does definitely, it's in the high 7. It can go lower. I could see maybe some repetitiveness, or the idea of like, there were 2 levels. Granted, they're not technically, I don't know. It just feels some levels were kind of like, hey, this looks cool. Why don't we mirror image it and change the colors around so it feels like it's 2 different spots? But that was also my opinion. Granted, the first spot might be a little bit more jump areas, and there's no obviously ground, and the other one is more of a real jungle. But just the idea, and then some of the creatures seem a little too simplistic. Like right now, obviously, I've only dealt with like these bouncy balls, those cube jelly monsters that you've seen. There's only been like 2 cool things, and one was a boss, and the other one, well, no, both were bosses technically. But yeah, it just seems a little like, I don't know if like Marvel didn't give them any how to use or show that we can beat up or something. I have no clue. But no, if I had to recommend it to somebody, I'd definitely recommend it. I would even say it could be definitely bought at full price. And, no, it's definitely worth the $60. But no, it's been very enjoyable. Little bit, no, I already did that last time about Death Stranding, so we'll pass that one. Yeah, a little bit more grinding on this Fortnite. I hit on air. The DC fandom confused me when Jim Lee said, get the Foundation one-shot comic for Batman Zero Point. Give you a loading screen art. No, it gave you the whole shebang. So I wasted $8. I know when I'm like, oh, $8. Well, the idea I wasted $8 because on that Monday morning before that Wednesday, the Batman Who Laughs skin was available, and I'm like, I might as well pick it up. But I'm going to get the comic, and I'll just get the loading screen. No, that if you can find the Batman Who Laughs, not the Batman Who Laughs, Batman Fortnite, the Foundations one shot, you get that, the back bling, the glider, the harvesting, the pickaxe, and the loading screen for $5, and obviously the book. That's a great deal, and I'm only halfway through that book. It's pretty fucking thick for a one shot. But yeah, it's about like let's get more into the main thing. This last week was PlayStation had a state of play, and I will say it was probably the worst state of play they've had all year. PlayStation must have started November very early this week. They wanted to be a week ahead of the schedule because it was a 22-minute video that could definitely have been a email. Let's more get into it because how we do it. At first, they started the show with what is it? This new game called Deathverse. Let It Die. I'm assuming it's from the makers of the game Let It Die, and to me, it seems like it is a kind of like a. If the Surge, I think the Surge, or like a Bloodborne, like a very old clunky not Bloodborne, Demon Souls or Dark Souls, however you want to say it, was a battle royale, but with the craziness of Let It Die, and it was, I ain't gonna lie, it felt maybe 3-4. It was a 4-minute video. The thing was probably 3 minutes and 59 seconds too much. It was just a little, I didn't know. It did not sell it for me. I know, obviously, you know me, I'm usually a person who will give every indie a chance. But no, it was definitely a rough video, and I really did not have no passion into the game. It says it's going to come out spring 2022 for PS5 and PS4. But back to it, like it's a battle royale, but then it also has like a guy with a G-Man or something. They said coming to get you and stuff. It looked so crazy. But yeah, out spring 2022. Next was indie game. I want to make sure I say the right thing. So I want to say it's OKF. It was I'm pretty confident we've talked about this OKF game like during like either the indie case or Day of the Dev stuff. But long story short, it's called We Are OFK. Coming to PS5, PS4 next year. And apparently it is a episodic game about how this band OFK got together, and it kind of then at each episode lets you have an interactive playable music video of one of the songs. Each episode gets a new song. So 5 of their 5-song EP that comes out next year as well. It and to be honest, the trailer lasted a little bit longer. They started it with like this weird, not weird. I don't want to say weird. Like I don't understand. They had like the band do a little cutscene and like pretend he was like doing like the announcements of like war's hell and all that, like a Fallout stuff and doing jokey joke. But I think it just kind of stayed too long of its welcome. I think if they would have done like a short and like again, just do that short and sweet of like, hey, we're OFK. Let the music play so you get the vibe of their band. Say, hey, we made a video game to talk about our band and how we haven't messed it up yet. How they just said it. But yeah, seemed all right. Very indie. Looks great. I like the art. It's just like a very more just 2D art, but looked very nice. And then but yeah. Next was apparently there is DLC coming out for Bugsnax called the Isle of Big Snacks. And apparently, long story short, it's basically it's a free update. So at least it's like free DLC. That's good to hear. But it's just another section that the story apparently is like you can find prehistoric Bugsnax. When I say prehistoric, the idea they're just big. And I guess the bigger news of that is apparently Greg Miller forced, well, I'll use the word forced, young horses to get trophies for the update. That's the biggest news of that. Because in my opinion, Bugsnax, I think a in the middle story, mission DLC, whatever you want to call his update, is not the right move because of how I don't want to spoil Bugsnax, but for how fucked up the ending is. Like, why are you getting me excited or more happy about this island than to find out the ending of this island? If anything, I'd rather have seen like some weird like bridge to the next game if they're going to make a Bugsnax 2. I'd rather see your character or maybe like a new character and do like in Metal Gear Solid 4 when you're in that smoky like London street and kind of do like that classic espionage follow and hide. I'd rather see something like that, like you're finding more clues of what happened on that day and maybe see if there's like another like someone hiding the facts. I think I'd always think an update for Endgame / just to push the story is better than this. Again, it's always cool to have, the pandemic or whatever you want to call it might have obviously stalled people's things, so this is probably an easier way out to get some new content and keep the thoughts of Bugsnax going. But it was all right. Nothing. It did again. This is the first time in State of Play history for me that the first 3 games, nothing, did not indulge me at all. But the next one did. Finally, we got apparently we got a little new update on the new Five Nights at Freddy's game called Security Breach, and it looks good, in my opinion. It's not the old formula of Five Nights at Freddy's. You're not just at a desk looking at cameras. This one is definitely you play a security officer walking through this mall or pizzeria / whole mall, and it definitely has more of a these new horror game classics. You get to see, you can look through cameras, you can you see him chasing you at spots. You can also jump into a Freddy mech suit so you can walk past them and be safe. And it gives you tools. It shows like a camera that can like kind of flash and stop them for a second. it definitely looks like this is the first innovative of the series that's going to try and make it like we're going to actually make an actual game instead of like a tapping, not tapping, but you know what I mean, like a mobile game. Because I know the VR ones are okay, but I think it's obviously in VR, so I don't know exactly how much movement and stuff's going on in that. But no, this one, it definitely looks cool. And Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach is going to come out for PS5, PS4 in December 16th this year. So it looks exciting. I think it'll be a nice little. If anything, I'm going to buy it digitally so that me and if my stepson wants to get into it because a long time ago he liked it, but obviously he got older. So we'll see. Next was another little kind of more well, it's actually good news. Probably one of the top games of this year in the indie scene that was been on Xbox only. Death's Door is finally coming to PlayStation. It's going to come out November 23rd, I believe, for PS5 and PS4. But no, it just November 23rd. But yeah, it looks very, again, since that came out, I've been interested in seeing that. But yeah, finally get a release date for PlayStation. That's always good to hear. Next was definitely then, okay, those are probably Death's Door. I'm going to take a quick look at this, the state of play again. Nope, there's one more bigger, like not big, but like news that caught my drift. Next, they decided to show us a free-to-play kart racer called Kart Riders 2 or some shit. And it has like, you can customize your character, you can customize your car. And it just, I don't know, it's a free-to-play game it's coming everywhere. Like I know I've been seeing even ads for like mobile. Free to play, or you can register the beta right now, but it's coming out in 2022. It just like again. This state of play has definitely been a one that I feel there was during like when they do VR news, sometimes like, hey, we got 5 big VR news this day, and we're gonna drop a piece of news every hour. They could have done this with this state of play, and everyone would be happy as a pig in shit. This state of play, because of the past couple state of plays, have been pretty good, showing banger after banger. This one is definitely it shit the bed, because after the kart racer they just showed a beta testing for King of Fighters coming. You can and all that King of Fighters 15, I think it said, coming out in February 17th. But yeah, whatever. Next was the next and final big news for me is they showed again, the trailer was a little too long, but they showed a new game called First Class Trouble that is basically, and it's another kind of Among Us. Except instead of being like nice, cute little quirky 2D things, you are playing. It's the idea of each person has different missions, like Clue. Maybe it seems to me it looks like maybe there's a janitor, maybe there's like a maid, maybe there's a man of the house, maybe there's the lady of the house, and there will be either one to what they showed, and there will be a robot person disguised as a human. And they're trying to leave the house. And again, it's a big lavish thing of a house. Like there's also like bridge. You know what I mean? It's not probably even a house. I think it's a space shuttle with different sectors. But the idea of you just have to lie and try to kill everybody or make sure no one leaves. Or if you're the humans, you just try to leave the house. And the only perk about what I'm trying to say is it is free. It's going to be the PS Plus game that comes out today. November 2nd. But it's going to be good till it's good till December 6th. So duh. Oh, that was the other news that came out after, but they should have had it in this. But we'll keep with the state of play, then we'll bring that up. So obviously this came out this week, and then it was the first time we heard them say the PS Plus games of November, because this was the last week of October. Next, they showed Star Oceans is coming back with it. To me, it looks like, I've never played Star Oceans, first of all, but to me it looks like what would be like a Star Oceans version of the Tales of Arise. It seems like an open world. It looks like it has a little bit more different fighting style compared to other Star Oceans. It's definitely the open combat, like a Tales / I'm going to say Kingdom Hearts because that's the only thing I can understand. And it's Star Oceans: The Divine Force. It's coming out to both systems, PS5, PS4, in 2022. And then let's see what else is there. Oh, and they finally they ended the show with the Little Devils, like little 4-minute gameplay trailer, you know what I mean? Like shows like a whole little thing. And my thing about it is to me, besides, okay, I'm watching it right now as I'm talking. This little train montage, it's very pretty. I'll give them that. But this did not sell it to me. The first trailer sold it to me. I don't need to see like this open world looking like, because then you had this beautiful shot of the train going down the track and then go to this open, like top tier, like looks like Age of Empires. You're watching a little mini train go down the track, and it just doesn't work for me. And then you go into, like, you can go do stuff in the cart, and then like you actually walk on the world map and you look like a little like chess piece, like they have no feet, like a weeble wobble. And then it zooms in to do these nice lavish looking shots. This does not sell it to me like that first trailer did. So now, thanks to the state of play, I'm actually kind of iffy on the Little Devils. At least until I see reviews or the idea of like someone explain this gameplay better than how this trailer was adapted for me. But yeah, there's more, like they show a combat scene, but of course, like how much shit you have to go through to get to these cool moments. That's where I'm nervous about. So time will tell. And they also, I think it was a bad choice. They did this whole trailer and did not say a release date at all, not even a month. So I think I think it goes into, it's definitely a really bad, kind of a wash for this state of play. Like it could have been, I think it would have been, or not presented. People would have taken the state of play better if it was just some blog post of like, hey, here's the whole day. We got 5 hours, or we have 8 different things. We're going to do 8 hours every hour, a new storyline on the blog post, keep you posted, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that was the worst state of play since they started state of plays. But then after that, later that week, they did tell us the whole November's monthly games, which we knew about now, First Class Trouble. But we're going to get Knockout City for PS5. And then we're going to get Kingdom of Amalur's Re-Reckoning for the third game. And they also said we're going to get 3 VR games for this month. Definitely it feels like it's because of Black Friday. Like, hey, you're going to get a PlayStation. Might as well go here. We have 6 games for free if you start up right now in the month of November, blah, blah, blah. But back to those VR ones, apparently Until You Fall, never heard of it. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, that's cool, the standard edition. And then the Persistence, which is technically now it's a Sony first party game because that's that studio it's either 2 or 3. 2 accusations back after they bought that PC port place. This was the second accusation they've done. And apparently people said the Persistence is really good, but it's also even cool that you don't have to play it with VR. So yeah. Yeah, basically that. And then, honestly, that's about it for game-wise I want to talk about because, why would I don't want to talk about the news that Amy Hennig's Skydance is working with Marvel because it's so early. It's just saying, yeah, Amy Hennig is working on a Marvel game. What do you think they should be who should she be working on? And then it's too early. I'd rather just hear the news like, yep, I'm working on Amy Hennig would be a person that I would like to see work on, who knows, the Inhumans. That's a bullshit lie. Maybe X-Men. But, yeah, and then and then another part of the news this past week was I have no idea about the N64. I just hear that the N64 porting that they are making you buy with that extended expansion pass for their online has been straight dog shit since it started. So, yeah. We kind of knew that was going to happen, but now there's real fruition that it shows that it has. And then, honestly, for me, yeah, and then we got, and then apparently today, Chris Pratt is going to be Garfield. And the voice of Garfield for an animated movie. I don't know why he's been picking up all these different all these different animated movies, but I think now it's going a little crazy. Now he's Mario, now he's Garfield. He was the Lego guy. All he needs now is be able to become Mickey Mouse somewhere, and he'll be like Thanos and have the Infinity Stones of animated characters. But yeah. One other thing was today, Monday, was apparently the workers at Image Comics have basically started, I'm going to say they unionized, but they're in the process of setting up a union in Image Comics. And right now, as of today, it's kind of like, hey, we're starting a union that is here to support the artists and writers of like Image Comics. They're trying to also get like some of the bigger, higher board members. So I guess like that more copacetic grace to say, yeah, I support the union. I've seen a bunch of my comic book creator people I follow thanks to coming on interviews and stuff, all stand up and, do like have pictures that I stand up for the union, blah, blah, blah. And my thoughts, I stand for it too, only because after talking to all these guys, like some of these guys are doing they're doing it for free in the sense of they're getting just enough to make the publishing costs or printing costs of their comic. Some of them are doing it for it's like their side gig, even though they have passion for it. It's still not the one that's bringing all the money or bringing home the bacon for, their house to be make it work. This union is supposed to help so they can be in a more livable wage / not get so taxed or something. Again, this is day one. Maybe I'll look into it more when it gets closer. Let's get some more actual, let the smoke settle. But it sounds good to hear. I mean, it might be a drawback. It might make Image Comics make their comics be $6 a comic. Who knows? I don't know if they'll, you know what I mean? But honestly, if they had to raise their prices on comics, but they get to say, yeah, we gave all of our workers a livable wage, I think it's worth it for people. Well, yeah. We're in November. Hold your nut. We're going to be in, apparently, some places are doing holiday sales all week or all month. But definitely keep an eye. I'm telling you right now, Far Cry 6 will be on sale this Black Friday. Not saying it's going to be $25 like my joke was on Twitter, but it's definitely it's going to be my next target I'm looking for. I'm aiming towards $25 to $30 to pay for that bitch. But yeah, this week for movies and comics and music is hold on. Okay, for comics, we'll start off Aftershock. Aftershock Comics has an After Dark, a horror anthology #1 coming out this Wednesday. Heathens #1, and then we're gonna keep going down. We'll get to Boom. Nothing from Boom as a new #1's how we do it around here. There's apparently Dark Horse has a Stranger Things Winter Special #1. DC will have, it looks like to me, Batman, Superman, Authority Special #1, which that's interesting. Ooh, and this week starts the Dark Knights of Steel, which is like a different world, and like it's a medieval version. Like Tom Taylor is doing this medieval story with like the superheroes. It looks really cool. Next, it like also still on DC, Human Target #1 from Tom King. And that's about it for #1s. And we'll keep it moving. And then IDW, do you have anything? Nope. Image, Speak of the Devil. A Thing Called Truth, #1. New Burn, #1. Marvel. We'll see what they have for #1s. Oh, they just have some one-shots that are involving the death of Doctor Strange, but this week is like an Avenger one-shot about it. And then, what is it? Strange Academy, which is like another like side-off shot. They have a one-shot about the death as well. And then we'll get down to Vault. Well, Scout doesn't have it. Oh, they do have a #1. Epic Tavern's Tales from the Fantastical Crime Unit, #1 from Scout. Vault has Rush, #1. And that is about it. And then for movies, oh man, movies. I honestly don't have a new TV show unless I'm going to cheat and say, go watch Young Justice Season 3. Holy shit, I forgot. I also, that's the movie, but I think it's already over now. It would have been better a couple days ago. I saw My Hero Academia, the 3rd movie. And I will say this, that'd be the hot pick. But I will say it's good. But my personal opinion, I don't think it's as good as the second movie. I think it's better than the first one. But also the first one's a little bit cooler because it involves like All Mights in it. But this third movie, it is good, but I think it suffers from it's a global event that they are focusing on only, like, you know, they're focusing on Deku and then the Fire Ice guy and then the Bakugo. You know, and like it just gets into like why you make it a global event and you have people that have come like they are beloved now. Like the other team members of the other classmates are beloved, and they were like very minimalistic in this show and were really talked, but it still was really good. But there are just some things. I think they could have strengthened that. Some of the fighting scenes were they're top notch, but some of the problems, not problems. There are parts where like there's a fight scene at the end, that Bakugo's fight scene, and something happens to his villain that he's fighting that was so cool that it should have been part of the story through the whole show. But no, they use it for this last little minute, and it's like, and does that cheesy, not cheesy, it is cheesy. It's like, hey, we got 5 minutes to save the world, and they save it at 0 seconds and 0.03 milliseconds. You know what I'm saying? And it, whatever. But it's, I can't say I didn't enjoy it. I just think I think with Mugen Train, Demon Slayer's movie, pushing the thing of the idea that you need, like, movies can, I think it'd be okay to have anime movies that are canon, or the idea that they progress the story forward. And like the one thing about this movie I heard is that this is kind of canon. It just happens like in the middle of season, like certain episodes of season 2 or 3, but whatever. But it just, there's some things, it went backwards. Not saying it's bad, but in my opinion, it went backwards in going to do back to old anime hijinks of like, okay, we're just going to make a non-canon movie. It's going to be always fun, but obviously who cares? And then music, I'm picking, I think, yeah, Bobby Shmurda, Cartier lenses, and yeah, that's the show. Sorry it's late, but hey, fuck your life. Bing bang. Follow me at MikeFollow93. Like we say every week, be good to each other, and I'll catch you next week. Maybe. Peace.